Hey everybody, this is Matt here. In this video I'm going to demonstrate adding the hot air balloons to a video clip in Movavi Video Editor 2026. Okay, now you can see I have the program open here, but I now have to import my video clip. So I'll move the mouse pointer up here and click File Import here. You see this tab up here in the upper left. Now I'll move the mouse pointer down and click Add Files here. Okay, so now I have to navigate to my folder. So give me a moment now, I'm going to do that. So I'll click Desktop here on the left of this Open Media Files prompt box. Obviously, whichever folder you all are using is up to you on your systems, but I'm now going to find my folder. Just give me a moment here. Alright, here it is here, Sample Clips. I'm going to double click Sample Clips. I'm going to double click Movavi Video Editor 2026. Now I'm going to double click Movavi Effects, and I'm going to double click Filters here. And I'm going to double click Flying Objects. I'm going to double click that now. And there's the clip I'm going to use. So I'm going to click it now. I'm going to double click it. And now I've imported it. Okay, so there's my clip under Project Files. So now I'm going to save my project. Before I proceed any further, so I'm going to move the mouse pointer up and click the File drop down menu there. And now I'm going to click Save Project. So I'm going to type in the file name here. It looks like my prompt box is already open here. Flying Objects, so I'm going to type in my project name. I'm simply going to call it Hot Air Balloons. So that's my project. So I'm now going to move my mouse pointer down and click the save icon here on the bottom right of the Save Project prompt box. I'm going to click it now. Awesome. So my project has now been saved. So now I'm going to move the mouse pointer up here and show you a very handy feature in Movavi Video Editor, Movavi Video Editor 2026. So I'm going to move the mouse pointer up here and click my video clip. Now I'm going to secondary click it and click File Information here. And you can see this interesting file information prompt box has appeared on the screen here. And you can see the file format is MP4 and the codec is H.264 with the height's 1920 by 1080. You can see some interesting file information there, but I think most important is the MP4 and the 1920 by 1080 and the frame rate of 59.94 frames a second. Obviously, 1920 by 1080 is always 16 by 9. Should typically be 16 by 9, certainly anyway. And the frame rate is 59.94 frames a second. So that's what is best to export it as. It's best to export it as the original width and height and original frame rate. So when you're doing your projects, it's really best to try to keep your video clips all the same width and height and the same frame rate. So I'm now going to move the mouse pointer down and click OK on the bottom right of this prompt box. I'm going to move the mouse pointer up now and click my clip again. Now I'm going to secondary click it and click Apply to the timeline. And I'm going to click at the beginning. I think it's best for this clip. So I'm going to click at the beginning. Perfect. Now I'm going to move the mouse pointer down to the timeline and click the clip on the timeline. Perfect. So it's good and select it now. You can see it's highlighted. I'm just going to click the position indicator there and drag it back to the left. So I'm going to click the clip is now selected. So I'll move the mouse pointer up and click Effects here, the effects icon here on the left here. I'm going to click it now. I'll move the mouse pointer up now and click Filters. Now I'm going to click Flying Objects here, and there are the hot air balloons. Awesome. So I'm going to click Hot Air Balloons, and it's selected now. So now I'm going to secondary click the hot air balloons and click Apply to selected clips. There is the one clip, so perfect. Awesome. Now you can see when I applied the effect, the hot air balloons to the video clip, you can see an FX1 appeared in the upper left there. Okay, I'm going to click that now. And you can see Filter Hot Air Balloons at 100%. I can click that switch there and drag it to the left and see what's happening. The balloons are becoming transparent. You can do that as well, but I don't want to. So I'm going to click that switch and drag it to the right. Make sure it's 100%. Okay, so now I've added the hot air balloons to the clip. So now I want to export the clip so it's a full video clip with the hot air balloons added. So I'm going to move the mouse pointer to the left of the screen here, move the mouse pointer to the right of the screen and click this export icon here under the preview pane. So I'm going to click it now. Okay. And you can see the title is Hot Air Balloons. That's our project. That's what we titled our save project. So the title of the clip now, of this video now, is going to be Hot Air Balloons. And I'm saving to a folder, which I have to select now. Save to my folder, so I'm going to click Browse here on the right. And I'm now going to move the mouse pointer to the desktop here on the left. As I said earlier, obviously, whichever folders you're using, up to you. But I'm going to click Desktop here on the left. And I'm going to now find my folder. Just give me a moment. Okay, filters here. I'm going to click Filters and save it in the Filters folder. You don't have to open the folder. Just click Filters. Into the folder is Filters. I'm going to move the mouse pointer down now and click Select Folder. Perfect. You can see it's going to save Movavi Effects Filters there. Hot Air Balloons. And that's my folder. So now I'm going to click Advanced down here. And we can see, okay, our video codec is H.264. You should stick with that, especially whenever in doubt. Throughout the most part, you'll find that to be the best. 1920 by 1080, which is obviously an aspect ratio, 16 by 9. We want that. Now the frame rate we have to change. I'm going to click that drop down menu and move it down, scroll down and click 59.94 frames a second, which is closest to the original, obviously. Bitrate there, I'm going to click that drop down menu and select Auto. I'm going to click Auto. I think the sample rate there under Audio is fine, and obviously you most likely would want to keep stereo checked. Okay, so now I'm going to click the gear to the right of video codec here. And you can see 2 passing holding. You want to check that because you want to make sure it's a higher quality. It'll take a little longer to export, but it will be a higher quality export. So I'm going to click that. Now speed is a little trickier, okay? This is up to yourselves. If you want to sacrifice quality over export speed, by all means you have the option of faster, which is the default. You also have very fast, super fast, or ultra fast. But if you have a very particular client that you're working with, obviously slower or even very slow might be the way to go. It'll take longer to export, but hey, it'll be very high quality. But typically what I would recommend is either medium or slow. I'm simply going to go with slow here, okay? Now, perfect. And as for the presets there, I'm going to click that drop-down menu, and you can see it's defaulted to film. By all means, I think mostly you should stick with film unless you're making an animation. Retro is cool, and fast decode and zero latency are cool, but stick with film throughout the most part, unless it's a slideshow or an animation. But film is your best bet throughout the most part, I think. So click Film. I'm going to move the mouse pointer down now and click the OK icon. OK. Now I'll click the OK icon again. And we're ready to start the export. So I'm going to click the Start icon here on the bottom right of this export prompt box. I'm going to click it now. Perfect. Now the export has begun. Okay, now you can see Open Output Folder is checked. I want to watch the video clip, so I'm going to click the OK on the bottom right of the prompt box. Oh, and you can see that I forgot to open Movavi Effects, the filters folder there, and save the video clip to the flying objects. That's okay. At least I have it, so now I can just simply copy it in there by dragging it up and placing it in there. No sweat. So now I'll open Flying Objects. And here are my hot air balloons, the edited clip with the hot air balloons added. So now I'm going to double click it to open it in Media Player so we can watch it now. Alright, that was pretty nifty. That's a nifty filter there. The flying objects, the hot air balloons there are cool. So I'm going to close the Media Player window now. Now I'm going to close the folder. Alright, now that's a really nifty one there. The flying objects under the filters, under effects. Okay. Now remember one very important thing now, guys. Movavi does really require that you credit them. So make sure when you're putting these up on your video platform, you always put video created with Movavi Video Editor and include the URL www.movavi.com in the description. Myself personally, I tend to like to put a credit at the end of my videos. You may have noticed on some of these YouTube videos that at the end of the video there's a a video created with Movavi Video Editor, and Movavi.com is there as well. I really recommend you do that because Movavi really does prefer you do that. They really actually require you do that. Okay, but other than that, I think it's a really awesome program. I think they make great their software is really decent. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comment section. I'll get back to you when I can. I'll answer all questions I can. Thanks for watching, and thank you all very much for your time. Okay, thank you.